It was so romantic. It's like right out of a movie or a Hallmark show or something. It's his first time. It's her first time. Neither one of them really know what they're doing, but it's sort of romantic. They're going to experience, you know what I'm talking about, this thing for the very first time together. Okay, and then it happens, and then he tells her, yeah, that really wasn't my first time.
Yikes.
You got something going on in your life you want to share with The Bert Show. Hit us up at thebertshow.com, especially these, to find out if it's shady or not.
Shady or not, The Bert Show will decide. Are you shady? You will be vetted. Shady or not, The Bert Show will decide. If you shady, you will regret it.
I was just thinking I had the exact opposite of this. Back in high school, it was me and Debbie Pierce. I assured her I was experienced swordsman. You're in good hands.
Stop.
Yeah.
A swordsman?
Yeah, don't you worry about it. I'm an experienced swordsman. I got this taken care of.
I don't hate it. I don't hate
Hope you didn't
it.
actually say that to
No.
her. Okay, all right.
I think she felt the confidence.
Okay.
There.
All
Don't you
right.
worry, Debbie. I got you, girl.
It just exuded from you.
It's exuded from me.
I'm sure that's not all she felt.
I don't know what she felt, but it was fast. It was
She blinked and all of a sudden it was over.
I mean, even the experienced swordsmen have a bad night.
Well, she didn't know it was a bad night. It was her first night. I'm like, so there you go.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
I have set the bar for the rest of your lovers.
Yes. Now go and spread word through the village. But man, she had no idea. But I'm guessing and looking back, she's like, that was probably his first time also.
Yeah.
But this is just the opposite. All right. So the email reads, first, you should know that I'm 20 years old. And up until about a month ago, I had never, quote unquote, played piano before. Those are our code words. If you got kids in the car with you, you know what we're talking about. Then I started dating Chris, and I really felt comfortable. I was open with him about my lack of piano experience, and he said, was so relieved because he had never done this before either. This was the first person that I had ever dated that had ever been in the same position. It made me feel so comfortable and understood. After we dated for a while, we both decided it was time for us to play piano for the first time together. However, as we started playing piano more often, I began to realize that he was more skilled than he had let on. I asked him about it, and he admitted that he had lied and had been piano playing for years already. I was angry and hurt that he had lied to me. All right, let's stop right there for just one sec. That's a major betrayal, right?
That's a huge lie.
Yeah, no?
Is it a huge lie because it's the guy saying it to the girl? And if roles were reversed, if the girl said it to the guy, it wouldn't be as big a deal?
I would say it the same.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
I would not.
Yeah.
Because I don't... Look, maybe it's different now, but the value on it is so different, or was so different for a guy for me than it was a woman. Like, maybe this is the way I grew up. My dad was like, that's part of your manhood. Like, just get this, get the notch in the belt.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything. Whereas a woman, as a general statement, I think it means something more.
And I do think that's like an old school way of thinking.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I was more irate at the beginning of the email, but I don't know yet.
Okay.
I gotta hear the rest of it. I don't know yet.
One of the reasons why I felt comfortable playing the piano with him is because we both said it was both of our first time. Now I feel like our connection and trust has been broken because he didn't tell me the truth from the beginning. So he lied and cheated. He cheated on her before they even did anything. He explained that he only said he was new to playing piano so that I wouldn't feel embarrassed or awkward about my own lack of experience. He said he wanted to make me feel comfortable and happy, but now I'm not sure what to think. Is he being sweet and considerate, or is he being shady and deceitful? I can't help feeling like I've been tricked and that our relationship is built on a lie. I really care about my boyfriend and I don't want to lose him, but I also don't want to be with someone who lies to me. What should I do? Has anyone else been in a similar situation? 1-855-BERT Show.
Okay, a lie is a lie. There's no way around that. I think what's coloring my take on this is the other Bert Show dilemmas that have been brought to the table about people who had their V card and they were distraught about it and didn't want to share it, didn't know how to share it. They were embarrassed by it or whatever. And so I actually can understand him saying he hadn't been with anybody, like genuinely, to make her feel better and to not feel so awkward about the situation. Believe it or not, I think his intent was good, but it was misguided. So while I don't think he was trying to be deceitful, he was still in the wrong. I wouldn't ditch.
That's strong.
It's shady, but understandably shady.
Woo.
Yeah, guys might have a different
Yeah, I see
perspective
this
on
so
this one.
differently.
Yeah.
I think, well, a lie is a lie for sure. And I think anytime you sleep with somebody or you get somebody to sleep with you through a lie, regardless of what the lie is, it's wrong.
Okay.
I just think it's wrong. It's slow, period. And I think in this case, maybe he had good intentions, but I see it more like he knew that this was going to better the chance of her actually going through with it if she felt like he was in the same situation. So he used that in order to get what he wanted, and she can't ever have that back. That's gone now. So I think that's one of the lowest things you could actually do.
That was my thought also, is that I know we want to believe the best in people, right? But, when you're like 19, 20 years old, some people will say anything in order to get that thing done. So was his intention pure, or was he saying those things just because he knew that was the gateway to finish thing?
Am I really just trying to believe the good in people too much?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least
you,
here.
you started talking, I'm like, wow, that's man brain. And I think you might be right.
Yeah, thinking the best in people went out like 8 years ago.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it's
Out of
not,
style.
yeah, you can't find one TikTok about it.
Got it.
So we saying shady, or are we saying stick with this guy?
It's shady.
Shady for
It's
sure.
shady.
Shady for sure.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.